So, they're trying to replace us. Robots in restaurants.
What?
Let's take a look.
Are struggling right now. Many are understaffed, and what employees they do have may feel overworked. Wait staff rushing from table to table to help serve you. But an Anna Maria restaurant came up with a solution and showed it to ABC Action News reporter Wendy Lane.
At Anna Maria Oyster Bar, business is thriving. But with a worker shortage, food needs help arriving. And that's where Pearl comes in.
The best part of an oyster is a pearl, right? So now we have Pearl.
Pearl is a robot that delivers food from the kitchen to the tables.
Pearl works 7 days a week. She never needs a day off. She works doubles. And she works for about $2.50 an hour.
Restaurant owner John Horn says with Pearl,
until the robots rise up and want more pay, equal pay. Why am I getting $2.70 an hour? And you're paying this guy $20.
Yeah.
So it seems like, so in this case,
more like a food runner.
The robot's a food runner.
Okay.
Okay.
Pearl running food, wait staff can continue waiting on tables, and they don't have to spend time running back and forth to the kitchen of the large restaurant, helping them work more efficiently.
They can stay in the station the whole time. They can be with their guests, maybe take more tables.
When Pearl arrives, the waiter removes the food from the robot and places it on the table. Then she heads back to the kitchen to get more.
We absolutely are striving to help solve the labor crisis. And if we can do it with robotic.
If you're going to run food, you might as well take the order as well. What tip are you going to get when they say all you did was take the food off the tray? Right? Forget it.
Yeah.
You're not getting a dime. Wait till he runs drinks too.
We're not replacing people. We're just helping them do their job easier.
She's especially helpful to the bartenders so they don't have to leave the bar. And the people seem to love her.
Pearl, she's so cute. I think she needs more like some bling or something. You know, maybe even blinking lights.
Pearl is programmed to know the placement of all the tables in the restaurant, but she's still in beta testing and has a few kinks to work out, like being stable enough to carry drinks. But for now, she's earning her keep.
I mean, people just love it. They just light up when they see Pearl coming to the table.
Happy birthday.
In Bradenton, Wendy Lane, ABC Action News.
Okay.
Mixed feelings.
Mixed feelings.
Yeah.
It's not horrible, but it's also, look, I mean, if you're in a tight spot, this would never work at my job. Okay. We dodge things. Okay, that thing ain't dodging nothing, yo. It is running you over. I mean, and there's, it really depends on where you're going to work at, especially with stairs and stuff like that. This is obviously a one level kind of place.
Yes.
You have the ability to move around. You see the wide spaces. They have flexibility. And I get it, especially with a staff that it's kind of spread out. You want to be able to walk around, boom, you grab it off of here. You don't have to leave your table as much. You're not pacing back and forth.
I can't even imagine in my mind's eye having a robot who is going to replace in the service industry, because if you're just bringing food, it's no different than a conveyor belt.
Exactly.
Right? If you're sitting, I've been to Japan, and you sit at a restaurant and you order something and it comes to you on a conveyor belt. No different. Mm-hmm. So you're really just marrying technology with existing infrastructure,
Absolutely.
which is, humans.
Exactly.
Humans. So
there's still a people aspect here, which is great.
I think there's always going to be a people aspect to it.
Yeah.
And it's for a certain type of restaurant. It really is.
For sure.
You don't know what you don't know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? So these people, they look very nice. They look like they could be very...
they look like they're in a retirement community.
They look like they're in a retirement...
Which is
very
fine.
Respectful.
Yeah.
Have some fries go by some teenagers.
Yeah,
and they're not taking stuff off the...
Exactly.
It's
I mean, and it looks like it fits their demographic. It fits where they're at. And it's not overly, it's like I said, there's a lot of space. Mm-hmm. When you watch there, I felt like there was a lot of space to move around, so it had it's a busy place, but not an overly crowded place, if that makes sense.
And the one level, you're going to have to make sure that...
I mean, for something like that, you're going to need ramps, especially if you have a second level. And that's just adding.
I'm thinking of all the restaurants I've ever been to. Like, think of Yacht.
Yeah.
Think of, the layout. I'm happy for whoever gets this because it's gonna fit the bill for what they need. Because if you have a labor shortage, it's better to have the restaurant opening and functioning.
Yeah. And like they said, it's more of a food runner anyways. It gives the server, if you are short staffed, they can take care of more tables because they don't have to worry about running back and forth to the kitchen.
I've been to a place where they had you sit and there's a bell right next to the booth.
No, that's the worst.
And you ring the bell for service.
What?
Yes.
Oh my God.
There is an issue with getting people to work
to
at
care.
certain place.
Yeah.
Let's look at the next video.
Well, the robots have arrived, at least in Pasadena, California. That's where the world's first ever fully autonomous AI-powered restaurant has opened, complete with burger flipping bots. We sent CBS's Joy Benedict on a taste test.
Flippy the chef makes Spud spectacular. This automated grill gives the meat its sizzle as this restaurant goes robotic.
For this burger, it would take about 120 seconds.
Cali Express by Flippy is the world's first AI-powered eatery. There's new technology outside the kitchen, too.
A cheeseburger.
Order kiosks use facial recognition to remember you, your favorite food, and how you like to pay. Then watch the robots work. No humans required.
We can't get enough people to come out to work on fryers and grills and their dangerous jobs. And this automation helps solve a lot of those issues.
Hello, may I have someone?
62% of restaurants.
Yo, you ain't got robot money.
Yeah.
You ain't got robot money. How expensive robot money must be?
I kind of want to know. I mean, unless you're like a McDonald's.
Yes.
Where they already have the money.
Yo, stomping out the little guy.
Yeah.
There's no way. Now, that's humans doing it to humans.
Yeah.
There's no way. You saw that on Robot?
It was a full, yo.
That's straight from the auto factory.
From the roof, yo, dropped in. Yo, that was some auto factory shit.
Yes.
Yes.
You ain't got robot money. No way, man.
Yo, the overhead, the initial overhead must be ridiculous.
You'd be in debt for 10 years.
Before you even make a profit.
Before you make a dime, recouping some of that robot money. That's wild.
Yeah, only people I know off the top of my head that could really.
It's the big guys.
It's the big guys.
I mean, and kudos to them. Listen, it's better to have than not need, than need and not.
You said it wrong, but I got you.
Thank you.
Report being understaffed. Industry experts say most of those unfilled jobs could be done by robots. And in California, where the minimum wage for most fast food workers will soon be $20 an hour, fewer workers equals cost savings. Dan Ives is with Wedbush Securities, a wealth management firm.
Once the minimum wage went to 20, that's the bell going off. More and more focus on spending on AI. Because look, that's inflationary. That's the problem. You can't necessarily pass all that to the consumer.
Yeah, they're like $20 an hour now, $25 an hour there tomorrow.
Yeah.
Wait, didn't they say completely robotic?
Yeah.
I see it's not completely.
No, this is a different spot, what you're looking at. The one burger spot was completely robotic.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Flippy can cook 250 pounds of French fries an hour. The burger bot, 100 patties.
These restaurants are very, very busy at peak times, and every second that gets added to somebody waiting in the drive-thru is a lost revenue opportunity for that restaurant.
Is it costing people their jobs?
That's not what we've seen. It's really here to help people.
Humans at Cali Express will put the finishing touches on orders.
Right?
For customers, the price of the meals are competitive. As for taste,
is it going to affect the quality and the taste?
I would say yes, in a good way, because now each burger is being cooked precisely the same way every time.
Time will tell whether AI takes over kitchens everywhere. That will be up to the public to chew on. Joy Benedict, CBS News, Pasadena, California.
So it looks like the kitchen is fully automated maybe, but like you said, you still have to put the burger together. You still got to wrap it. I don't know if it does all that.
I didn't see Flippy like doing nothing but shaking some fries baskets
and putting together some burgers.
Yeah.
And cooking the burgers, not even putting them together.
Yes, exactly. Unless you're having a fully formed patty, and that looked like that was not a fully formed. That looked like a human put that together, or whatever. Yeah. So some assembly required. It seems like
absolutely.
That.
Now, like I get it. So what you're saying is you cut from there being, you know, maybe 10 people in the building to 4. Yeah, that cuts your cost.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's still. Like you said, you're still paying for the robot for a few years.
Yeah. That robot looks outrageous.
That robot looks expensive.
It looks expensive.
It looked expensive to me.
Maybe they leased a robot.
Maybe they did.
You know,
but either way,
I'm for it because listen, nobody wants that job.
Nobody
wants to sit and fry, face getting cooked off. No. You know, people yelling at you and things like that. If a robot can do it now.
So what we're saying is this is all fast. I mean, everything we watch so far is fast food.
Mm-hmm.
We're not talking fine dining. We're not talking. I mean, even the other spot was a nice spot, but it wasn't fine dining. It was just a nice spot.
But think about it. Per location, like some quick serve restaurants have thousands of locations.
Oh yeah,
2,000 or hundreds of locations, right? When you're talking fine dining, there's only a few. You know, in comparison.
Yeah.
There's a lot in general, but there's not.
Yeah, and they're not really chainy. You know what I mean? Even if they are a part of a chain, they're not. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're not in the hundreds and thousands.
Exactly.
Right?
There might be one per of their city.
and so if they're serving a need, I get it. But again, there's still going to be a human element there.
Oh, yeah.
To be able to put it together, to be able to do those things. I don't see a problem with it.
I don't either.
Whether it's Flippy or Pearl running the food, if that's your jam, that's your jam.
Yeah.
If you can't get people in the building to work, you know, get a robot.
I get it.
We'll see you next time in the break room.
You know it.